All right, everyone, look at the screen. This question is from the Engineering Services Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Paper 1 2026 examination. And today we are discussing a very conceptual question from this. And now let me tell you something about the UPSC ESE. The conceptual questions like this, UPSC does not reward the memorized definitions. Okay, it checks whether you understand the physics behind the machine, and if you can explain why a phenomenon occurs, you are likely to score much higher. And today's topic is one of the most fundamental concepts in the electrical machines. Why is slip necessary in an induction motor? So if you understand this idea, you can answer many other questions in the induction motors. Okay, now imagine you are standing on a moving walkway at an airport. Okay, and if you stand still, the walkway moves beneath your feet. But now imagine you start walking at exactly the same speed as the walkway. What happens? You no longer feel any relative motion between your feet and the walkway. So exactly the same thing happens inside an induction motor. The stator magnetic field is like the moving walkway, and the rotor is like the person standing on it. So this idea of relative motion is the key to today's answer. Okay, now the rotating magnetic field produces the stator rotates at synchronous speed ns. Okay, and the rotor rotates at a speed of nr. Okay, and the difference between these two speeds is called the slip. So mathematically, S, this is ns minus nr by ns. Okay, where ns is the synchronous speed, nr is the rotor speed, and slip is usually expressed in percentage. So percentage of slip, this is ns minus nr by ns into 100. So this formula should always be written in the examination because it immediately shows the conceptual clarity. So remember this thing for the better marks. Okay. Now let me explain why slip using a very interesting analogy. Imagine a fan blowing air. Suppose you throw a paper airline. As long as the airplane moves slower than the air, it fills the airflow basically. And now imagine the possible situation where the airplane moves exactly at the same speed as the air. Will it feel any wind? No. No wind means no aerodynamic force. So similarly, in an induction motor, if the rotor rotates exactly at the same speed as the rotating magnetic field, there is no relative motion between them, and no relative motion means no induced emf, and no induced emf means no rotor current, and no rotor current means no torque, and without torque the motor cannot continue rotating. So this is the entire philosophy behind the slip. Okay, now let us answer the first part of the question. Why must slip be present? So according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, an EMF is induced only when there is relative motion between the magnetic field and the conductor. So in an induction motor, the rotor conductors receive induced EMF because they cut the rotating magnetic field. And if slip becomes zero, then rotor speed becomes becomes the synchronous speed. Okay, so therefore relative speed will be zero. So hence no flux cutting, no induced EMF, no rotor current, and no electromagnetic torque. So therefore slip is essential because it creates the relative motion required for the electromagnetic induction. Without slip, the reduction motor simply cannot produce the torque. Okay, now comes the second part. Why can't an induction motor run at synchronous speed? Suppose the motor somehow reaches the synchronous speed, that is nr equal to ns. Okay, so therefore s is 0. So at 0 slip, rotor emf is 0, rotor current is 0, torque 0, and without torque the motor cannot overcome the friction losses, windage losses, mechanical load, and as soon as the torque becomes 0, the rotor immediately slows down. And the moment it slows down, slip again becomes positive and EMF is induced again. Current flows, torque is produced, and the motor continues running. So therefore, the motor automatically stabilizes at a speed slightly less than synchronous speed. Okay. Now, in the practical induction motors, full load slip is usually between 2% and 6%. Remember that. This small slip is sufficient to produce the torque required to drive the mechanical load efficiently. Okay. So why slip is necessary? I told you. Okay. Now, um, remember the golden statement? And induction motor is called induction motor because the rotor current is induced, and induction is possible only when there is relative motion between the rotating magnetic field and the rotor, and this relative motion is represented by slip, and therefore slip is essential, and an induction motor can never run at synchronous speed under normal operating conditions. Okay, so if you remember this chain like relative motion, induced EMF, rotor current, torque, and rotation, you will never forget the slip is necessary. So this is the logical explanation along with the slip formula, and a simple diagram is exactly what an ESE examiner expects in a high scoring 10-mark answer. Okay, so if you get this kind of question in the examination, you can answer it like this way. Okay, so clear now?